I'm not even trying to throw any shade because I don't do that on my channel, but it was like I was getting into issues with people and I lost a lot of friends.
3, 2, 1, rolling.
You gotta lower that down because they're gonna be able to hear it. So, this is not a mukbang. I just really love mandisas. I mean, mandolines. So yeah, life update. What's been going on with me? Okay, so I'm gonna be doing my makeup and talking to you all at the same time. This is gonna be so hard, okay? I hope I don't look crusty on camera. Because I've been doing the bomb diggity bomb.com with my skincare routine. Shout out to my sister Ify for motivating me. Oh, let me tell you guys what I'm using. So actually I think it'll be easier to put everything down below, but I'm still telling you guys about this product here. So this is the M.A.C Studio Face and Body Foundation, but it's like a body tint. Shout out to Shalewa, she got me into this and I've just been using this as like my primer. Anyways, yeah, I put a little bit on my hand and I'll go in with it. This summer has been really difficult for me. I was taking summer classes. Y'all see that glow? Ew. This summer has caused me to naturally have to grow up. Yeah, I'm doing my eyebrows now, so this is so hard. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so let's start with the summer school part because that's where it really began for me. I've never taken summer school before, so this time I decided, okay, let me go ahead and take summer school just so I can be ahead. And I did that, right? Took my summer school. First few weeks was great. However, when my internship started, because like I told you guys, I'm working as well. Okay, and I don't want to say like it's like physically draining, but I'm saying it's mentally draining, so it makes me like really tired. But I really do love this job because I'm learning something different. Fun fact, my internship is not under my field, so I guess that's another reason why it probably is mentally draining, you know what I mean? If it was under my field, snatched. If it was under my field, I probably wouldn't have a big problem with it. But anyway, so the thing that really got me the most was really the commute and then the kind of class I was taking. I was taking a chem class over the summer, and obviously with any type of science class, doesn't matter what level it is, it needs focus, you know what I mean? And I thought that I could be like some of my friends in the past who have taken classes and work at the same time and all that jazz. So I'm like, all right, bet, like I could do that. But I come to find out that I actually can't. I mean, it's not that I can't. Listen, okay, I get it. People say, don't be that kind of person that's always like, oh, you can't do this, you can do all things. It's true, you can do all things through Christ who gives you strength, and I was able to do it. But was I able to do it the way that I would have liked to? No. Like in the sense of working and then doing school and then trying to be up to date with my content, that stuff wasn't happening. And then on top of that, like just having peace of mind or sleeping on time, it just, I'm like sleeping on time and then waking up early at 5:30 in the morning feeling drained already, like it's ridiculous. It came to a point that, I mean, it helped a lot. It made me realize that I need to watch what I put in my mouth. So in the morning I would try to stay clear of any type of meats. So I was just sticking to like my oatmeals and whatnot. Now, like don't get me wrong. I guess the only reason why I did that was because I felt like it would help me just be like focused. It would keep me up. You know, if my body is eating right, then I could stay up, and it helped a lot. But the thing is, I was still feeling drained. By the time I could get back, people would want to talk to me on the phone. I could even hold conversations with people. And then the worst part is, around that same time period, I was getting into issues with people. And it was like, it was so annoying. I'm not even trying to throw any shade because I don't do that on my channel, but it was like, I was getting into issues with people and I was losing it. Like I just, in a sense of, I just didn't have any peace of mind. I was like crying about how I'm losing this friend And then I'm crying about how I'm not getting enough sleep, and I'm crying about how if I don't get to work on time, I'm gonna get in trouble, like all those different things. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is not of God. This is not of God. So okay, but okay, brow. Okay, I just finished lining my brows. So anyway, but during that whole time, it really caused me to stop. Like, I didn't really get as distracted as I would have, in a sense of, this was really the first summer where I didn't really talk to guys. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but sometimes as females, every time summer comes around, we try to pursue talking to people or whatever the case may be, especially when we know we shouldn't be. I feel like this was the first summer where I just naturally just didn't, either I didn't have time to, or it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? And it all aligned with what the season God has already called me to. So it was just like, alright, I just had to face reality with it. My eyebrows definitely look different.
Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so this summer really taught me how to focus on myself. I feel like when I'm all over the place, but kind of ride with me, y'all. Hence the reason why I feel like I didn't talk to that many people as much as, you know, I would have other summers. But this summer I had to focus on myself. I focused on my flaws and I focused on my perfections. This summer I lost a lot of friends. And I'm going to be frank with you guys. I don't know what it is. I feel like a lot of the situations I had with people this summer was more so how much time I chose to give them. And so then I get in trouble if they see me hanging out with one person or the next person. I'm like, y'all don't understand. These people come to my house, for real, for real. If it was up to me, I probably wouldn't hang out with anybody. And it's not that, that's not a good thing. But it's just like, because of all the stress, aside from work and school, YouTube, and then my spiritual life, there was just too much stress going on this summer. And I feel like this summer was just one of those, you have to focus on grinding. And I just didn't have enough time as I would have. Now, this summer taught me how to stop apologizing. Yeah. I feel like all my life, I've always been somebody to say, I'm sorry. If you know me, you know that is probably, you don't even need to know me too well to know that that's how much I say I'm sorry. Like, I say I'm sorry like it's the only language I speak. But this summer taught me that, listen, you can't be so sorry all the time. You just can't. It doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense. Let's just say you say I'm sorry and, you know, the person still isn't trying to talk to you. Then what can you do, bruh? All you can do is just keep going. At least first off, at least you've, you know, tried to reach out and whatnot. At that point, all you can do is just dust your feet off and keep it going. That's a whole scripture, actually. Unfortunately, I mean, in the scripture, they're cursing the people, the land, actually. But the point I'm getting from it, though, I'm gonna put that scripture reference here, but the point I'm getting from it, though, is if you've apologized and you really mean it. Because sometimes, I know with me, unfortunately, for the people, don't come for me. My beauty blender is not orange. Yeah, I'm doing things backwards, but it's my face. For me, now I remember, I know some people who I've apologized a little bit too much to, where I've told them personally, listen, I'm sorry that I've apologized so much to you, and if you are tired of dealing with me, I don't blame you, you know, but I can't come and kill myself. Like, I actually can't, unfortunately. I would, but I can't. You know, there's just some flaws that take some time, longer time, for you to fix. Like, one of my major flaws is I can make friends, but to communicate with these people is difficult. Like, it's the honest truth. I can make tons and tons of friends, but to keep up with it is really hard for me, especially if you're not in my, like, if you're not in my environment all the time. I try as hard as I can, but I guess with me, I used to be one of those people, but I guess with me over time, when I realized that people were doing the same thing to me, I just thought that that was the normal thing. It's not an excuse, but that's just me. That's my story, you know what I'm saying? Now, it's a habit that I'm trying to get out of, but somebody actually told me one time that, you know, my time, I actually kind of don't owe you any time unless your family or I'm married to you. And it's like kind of, that's a harsh thing to really say, but I've learned that a lot of us, because we don't have that many people who, okay, like now, honestly guys, I don't feel like going into this conversation. My point of sharing this is, as Christians, sometimes we tend to make ourselves, we feel that we have to be apologetic. Now, I believe there's a line, a good line on how many times you have to apologize or how long you should care about something. You know, because that one thing that you keep beating yourself up for can turn into smooth condemnation. Simple. And it's like, I tried the whole blocking thing. It's not for me. Sorry. I have unblocked everybody that I blocked. It's not for me. Especially when we were once friends and I tried to block you. That's crazy. I don't know, I guess that's a thing for other people. My sister does it. I don't do it. I have a lot of friends who do it. I don't do it. My point of saying all of this is, you know, we can't, with our lives, with our everyday lives, and as we're growing older, things are going on. It's either you cut your friend some slack if she's not calling you all the time, or you get tired of it and you just cut off the friendship, but don't make that person feel bad, because it's like, I have friends who actually meet me halfway. Okay, or meet me 3/4 of the way. I'm not going to be this way forever. Eventually I'm going to change. Eventually I'm going to be able to, you know, be that friend, because I'm actually making conscious efforts to it. But I hate when my efforts go unnoticed. And so it's like, if you're not going to notice my efforts, then it's better off that we no longer be friends, with no beef, with no issues or whatsoever. Yeah, and even on that note, I learned that you only worry about things, like, you know, things start to bother you when you give time to it. And I realized that I have a lot that I could be thinking about. You know, a lot of us, listen, I ain't got no child. I'm not in no relationship. I'm not married. I'm actually single. And this is, I feel like this whole singleness thing, people don't really get it. Like, what does that mean? And it's like, I realized that I could go on trips, and the trips don't have to be to Morocco. And I can start businesses right now. Even if the business doesn't last till 50, I can make small change, you know? Like, I was watching Fenella like Woe's Insta story, and she was talking about how she started a business in college. You know, she was selling like earrings and stuff like that. And that was just her way of making small cash here and there. So it's like, a lot of us can sell things, we can create things. You know, you don't have to sell, you can be creative, you can make videos like what I'm doing. But it's like, these are things that help me with not just my mental health, which is very, very important, you know, but also my spiritual health, because I feel like I'm actually walking in my purpose. I'm doing what the Lord has asked me to do, you know, especially if you do it well. If you do it well, then you actually will feel that fulfillment of following what the Lord wants you to do. But anyways, I'm really just rapping, but that is where I am in life, you know. Let me highlight while I'm talking to y'all. Is there anything else I wanted to do to my face? I'm using this. Y'all, let me tell y'all about this. So this is NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder Highlight or whatever. This one right here reminds me of Trophy Wife. I'm the only one that uses a blush brush for her highlight. Anyways, but where I'm at right now, life update, I'm trying to live a life that's worth it. Oh, I'm trying to live a life that's worth it. That's all that it is. I'm not over here trying to waste my time on this earth. I'm trying to try out different things. And in the midst of all these things happening, man, whatever happens, you know, whoever I run to, you know, whoever becomes my friend or whoever God has called in my life, man, that person will come. But in the meantime, live a life that is worth it. But yeah, I'm really excited for what the Lord has in store for me and for you guys, because you guys are a part of this journey. It's something crazy. And I'm happy for where I am in life right now. And that's really my life update. But yeah, let me do my lips. So what do you guys expect from me? Or what would you guys like to see from me? Oh yeah, I didn't even mention how I've become more aware of my flaws and I've been working on them. And I'm really happy about that. I've been setting goals for myself, and I'm trying to thank God for friends who can keep me accountable. But And I've been working on being more intentional with my friendships, because I don't want to, you know, people do matter, you know? Like, there are friends who have sown into my life and who, because of them, well, because of their, you know, them just being obedient to what the Lord needed them to do, I'm where I am today. Obviously, it takes you accepting that, but because you don't want to discredit yourself too, but it's just kind of like, because of all these people, even the friends who I've lost have so much into my life, and it's like, I still appreciate them very much, you know what I mean? But it's just one of those things where it's like, dang, like life really happens. Life really happens. Anywho, my point of sharing all of this is to say, like, try to appreciate those around you. Don't take them for granted, you know? Don't have to wait till they say, I'm no longer going to be a friend anymore. That's when you'll start to be a friend. And that's something I'm working on. It's very hard, especially when this is like the social media era. 9 times out of 10, the friend that you're going to be really close to is someone that you talk to a lot on social media. That's a shame. But we have to make more efforts to hang out with people in person. You know, not just wait for Sunday to talk to somebody if they go to your church. But yeah, so that's really just that. I'm going to go ahead and do my lips and come back. Okay. Just like that. We both leaned in. So, long story short, I guess, like, if I was to round up my life update, it is I am facing reality. But yeah, I really hope this video in some way or form encouraged you guys to, you know, just really just grow and glow. But yeah, so if you haven't yet, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. And I'll be back with more videos, tantalizing videos like this, okay? And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Trying to understand the language that you speaking got me geeking, cause your melanin flag.